The Golden Gate Bridge, designed by Chief Engineer Joseph Strauss, is one of the greatest suspension bridges ever built. Without its suspension cable system, the bridge would collapse into the Pacific Ocean. Why a suspension design? The Golden Gate Strait spans 2.7 kilometers. A beam bridge was impossible because underwater piers would block ship traffic and be too costly. An arch bridge would need to be extremely high and complex. A suspension bridge, however, could solve both problems efficiently. How suspension works: two towers hold a main cable shaped like a parabola. Vertical suspenders hang the road deck from this cable. The cable tension pulls inward on the towers, but this is balanced by anchoring the cables into the ground. To reduce material costs, Strauss optimized tower spacing and cable thickness. Structural innovations: steel-to-steel connections. Suspenders were attached to a steel truss under the roadway to prevent concrete cracking. Expansion joints: since steel and concrete expand differently with temperature, Strauss divided the deck into 7 parts using finger expansion joints and smaller joints every 50 feet. Tower height: taller towers reduce cable tension but cost more. Strauss calculated the optimum 746 feet height. Construction challenges: the South Tower foundation was hardest, requiring divers to blast rock 50 feet below the seabed in violent currents. Workers built protective fender walls, pumped out water, and excavated beneath reinforced slabs until they reached bedrock. The hollow steel towers were assembled like giant Lego blocks, riveted together for strength and economy. The main cables were not solid, but made from 27,000 wires, total length 129,000 kilometers. These were spun across catwalks, pressed, and bound to appear as single massive cables. The cables were anchored into bedrock with huge steel plates. Final stages: once the cables and suspenders were in place, the steel roadway truss was assembled and riveted, followed by concrete deck pouring. Workers painted the bridge its famous international orange color. Legacy: on its 50th anniversary, when 300,000 people stood on it, the deck sagged by 2 meters, but the bridge held firm proof of Strauss's brilliant design. The Golden Gate remains a marvel of engineering nearly 90 years later.